You ready?
Man, let's do this.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Curious. The answers, I should say.
Yeah. So go on then. Oh, this is what.
Yeah, Rockbusters is well underway, Carl. Don't worry, you've done your work now.
Okay.
Right, come on.
Right, educating Ricky.
This is my favourite bit now.
You're just going to tease us, aren't you, with 3 headlines? If you
And I'm going to choose one, then we got the other 2 as well.
Yeah, that's the way it works. And at the end of it, you learn some stuff. Like I say, I'm struggling a bit with knowledge.
Yeah.
At last he confesses.
Yeah. Go on.
So the 3 headlines for you to pick from. We've got first one. We'll have a big fire tomorrow.
I got a feeling there's some vegetables involved.
Yeah, go on.
Maybe. Second one. He's a bit of a nuisance.
Okay.
Right.
And third one. I'll bacon in the morning if you're sick of having me here.
Oh, that one.
I'll bacon in the morning. If you're
He's just out there, man. It's just,
It's refreshing.
yeah.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing.
It's part refreshing and mind just spaggling.
It's just,
If that's even a word.
I'm gonna make it. I knew exactly. I felt what you meant.
Yeah.
So,
mind spaggling. Y'all
yeah.
take that and use it in your
Oh
vocabulary.
my god! Keyword spaggling. Hashtag spaggling. But yeah, no. Carl, man, just what the fuck, man. I love him. Love him.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
sick of having me here.
Right, I'm having that one.
That's brilliant.
Right, well, it's a saying. Do you know, cold shoulder? Giving someone the cold shoulder?
Yeah.
Alright, if you have someone round at your house, and, you know, you try to get rid of them, and they're hanging around and stuff, and you're like, oh, I wish they'd go, I'm tired and that. Well, years ago...
when? Literally years ago. Well, ages ago.
Sort of,
Olden times.
I think it said medieval times.
Yonks ago then, yonks ago.
Yeah, medieval, yeah.
We're going back quite a bit on this
Well,
one.
you know when you find out these books, why don't you just pop down when it was?
Just make a note.
I don't think it says all the time, it just sort of says, you know, a few years back.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
never.
Alright, I'll make an effort next week.
Okay.
Right? So, it's annoying that, because my girlfriend said to me, just make a note at the time, they'll stop having a go at you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I kind of thought, oh, it's alright.
Didn't listen?
I don't think it matters anyway in this one. We're looking at the saying, right? So
Yeah.
it's giving someone a cold shoulder, right? And what it is, right? Ages ago, there wasn't enough houses for people.
Right.
Because there wasn't much money being made. You know, there weren't big businesses. People weren't earning good money like they are now. So there wasn't as many houses, right? So what you ended up getting is like, you know, the rich people having a nice place to live.
Oh.
And the poor people were like wandering about, you know, looking for places to live and that. And what they ended up doing is, they had like, people would go around to the mate's house and say, look, I haven't got anywhere to live. It's a bit cold. Can you let me stay? Right? So they'd go, oh, alright, then you can stay a couple of days. But they ended up staying for like weeks.
Yeah.
Right? So, to sort of get rid of them, what they'd end up doing, they'd be making the dinner. And they'd, be making a lovely dinner, like a bit of meat, nice warm meat, and nice veg, gravy, and
This happened every time, did it?
works.
This is where the saying came
This is
from.
what happened, Rick.
This is
what happened.
happened every time.
It was in that vague book.
The book of vague sayings and stuff.
Right, so yeah, so they'd be making a nice meal, but what they did, they looked after all the family, but the person who won't go home, they just give them some, like, sort of a cut-off of cold meat.
Right.
So they'd say, you're giving them the cold shoulder, meaning...
Right. Okay, that's rubbish. Okay, absolute...
Carl, why does that necessarily work?
Yeah. Why do they always, in every situation when you want to get rid of a lodger, well, still feed him every day, but make the meat lukewarm. So
They always leave then.
Yeah.
Oh, this food's lukewarm. I'm gonna become homeless
and they
again,
go,
wandering the
hold
streets.
on, are you giving me the cold shoulder? Yes. Do you want me to leave? Yes, just say leaving. No, I like to do it cryptically. That way, in years to come, someone will have a little saying about it.
Well, anyway, that was our bacon in the morning.
Yeah.
If you've had enough of meat, we'll leave that.
Well,
Bacon in the morning! Oh, bacon in the morning if you've had enough of me!
So
come back. What are the others? Just tease us again with the others. We'll come back to those.
You've got, he's a
I'm sorry, man. I don't buy that at
No.
all.
No way.
You know,
No
poor
way.
people, inviting them in your house, giving them the cold shoulder.
There's no way. I'm you know, there's some that he goes on where like, okay, there's just he takes everything he reads so literal.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, I've roasted turkeys and I've roasted roast beefs, and neither of them are the shoulder cut. I've smoked, the Boston butt, which is a pork shoulder, and I gotta tell you, when you cut them up, there's no shoulder part, there's no cold part of it, unless it's been sitting around for a little bit. So this cold shoulder thing, busted.
Yeah,
Carl, you're busted.
There's no way. There has to be a more sad explanation than giving people cold food. Like, no.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second.
Fucking Carl.
A bit of a nuisance, and we'll have a big fire tomorrow.
Nice, looking forward to that.
Electric Six, Danger, High Voltage on XFM 104.9. Sums up the show. Danger, High Voltage. Indeed. Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, and the amazing Carl Pilkington. So, other things you don't see, Carl? Got any other ones, or you obviously been thinking about this? What confuses you? When you look out your window, what confuses you with the world? What do you walk around going, oh, that's a bit weird? I remember, when you were in, Edinburgh, you were confused because you saw someone putting a parking ticket on some rubbish, which confused you.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah.
The world's a crazy place, isn't it? I mean, whatever you look at, you can... Do you know what I mean?
Like what?
Oh, anything. I mean, you could look out the window there and you'll see something, you go, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
What are they doing that for?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, maybe we should bring back White Van Carl. There's some interesting questions this week, Rick.
Yeah.
We could pull that out of the bag if you're interested.
Shall we do that?
Just, get, Carl's take on, the world's
Let's do it,
views.
let's do it.
I'll tell you what, we'll do that in a second. Let's have another Educating Ricky, because I think you got sidetracked with your talk of
Well, just the other thing
breastfeeding.
on things you don't see. Look at the way when I went to school, there was 2 kids with them big heads. Now,
You don't
never see them.
Sure.
Yeah, but no one else saw them anyway, Carl. It's only you that saw 2 of them, not related, and wouldn't hang around with each other because you think they thought it would be too obvious. Webbed fingers and big heads. That's amazing.
And there was a kid with a pigeon chest. So.
Oh yeah, and the lady with the head like a bag of spuds.
Let's not go through these
don't wanna
again.
go
It just
through that.
raises too many questions that can't be answered.
Yeah.
Right then. So we've got we'll have a big fire tomorrow.
Yeah, go on.
Is that the one you want?
Let's go for it.
Right. I think this was like round the 1700s.
Bluffing.
And
Just bluffing.
Who was the king then?
Dunno.
Go on.
Come on.
But it's about the word bonfire.
Who was the king then? Please let us know down below.
Oh, I thought you were asking me like wrong person.
No. You don't come to me for movie references. I don't come to you for historical facts.
Do not, please. Do not. Because I will tell you an answer.
It won't be the right one, but
Nope.
it'll be an answer.
100%. I
You'll
can guarantee
commit
you
to the
that.
bit.
I will always give you an answer. That is code. That is the code.
Yeah. So what's this plaque made out of Carl Pilkington? What's that made out of?
That's obviously epoxy and raisin bread.
All right. There you have it, folks.
Science.
Right.
Bonfire.
Bonfire.
Yeah.
Do you know where it comes from?
No, go on.
No.
Right, what happened is it's got nothing to do with Guy Fawkes and that, which is what I thought when I saw it. It's got nothing to do with that. But ages ago, at 1700s,
Yeah.
right, didn't have enough houses, like I mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that happens, you get people living on the streets. You get
Sure.
diseases, people aren't cleaning properly.
Mm.
So you get more deaths.
Mhm.
All right?
Yep.
So think about it. You've got all these dead bodies lying around. They're running out of space because there's like, I don't know why they're running out of space, but they haven't got much. I don't know why really. I was going to say they should have just buried them, but there's probably more land back then than now. Think about it.
He doesn't need anyone else in the room to have a
conversation with himself.
Yeah, we could leave and we'd come back and he'd go, I've sorted it. Yeah,
But anyway, for some reason,
They presumably, if it's going to be they burnt them, it's presumably to do that it also kills the parasite or whatever's carrying the parasite on them, as opposed to burying them and not killing the disease.
well, yeah. So there you go. You've worked it out. They piled them up and they turned it into a celebration because there was a lot of fed up people at that time.
Is this to be the word bon, meaning good?
No. I'll tell you in a minute.
Go on.
So you've got all these people who are like going around and like, oh, you know, so and so died the other day, and you know, nearly every week someone they knew was dying. So you can imagine like just constant like being depressed. So and they've got all these bodies lying everywhere. It's like, oh god, what are we gonna do? So they said, we're all too fed up at the moment. Said let's make this a better world.
This was 1701 by the time they got together.
So they said, what we need to do is have a big party. So they said, yeah,
Good thinking.
see what you're thinking. So they go, right, well, we'll put all the bodies in a big pile, and they're all diseased and that. So they set fire to the bodies, and they said, let's have this as a celebration to remember them by, and you know, we'll have a drink and that, and have a chat. We'll have this big fire going, and it came from Bonfire.
Ah, right.
So
Bonfire.
it was all the bones. Bonfire is Bonfire.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that's how it came about.
Yeah, in the 1700s.
Yeah.
That was.
No, probably. I reckon it was 1600.
Probably earlier.
I reckon it was the plague. I reckon it came from.
But interesting stuff. Interesting
Yeah. So
stuff.
that's
Did you celebrate Bonfire Night? Is that a big celebration for you?
I've heard
Do you like
that.
the fireworks? I'm sick of fireworks. I just.
What's that? You've
I've
heard?
heard that. Bonfire.
Oh,
I've heard that.
okay.
Yeah. I've heard
I've
that.
heard of that.
Yeah. It comes from a dark place. But you know what though? And that's what that Monty Python sketch was making fun of. The plague.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
I'm getting better.
Get in.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh man,
But
I love
yes.
that one.
Yes.
I just think they're rubbish. It's like fireworks.
I'm not impressed.
I've never been impressed by fireworks. Even as a kid, you know, you have to go to like sort of community kind of gatherings with a bonfire and fireworks, and like some local vicar or whatever would come out and.
But I also think the adults think the kids love it, and if they just got together and said, "Should we go see it?" They'd all go, "No." Let's not
absolutely.
Go. Let's not go this year.
What would be better is if the vicar had wheeled out like a massive rocket, climbed in, gone last one to the moon is a bender, and then fired himself off. Now that, I'd pay to see. That's a fireworks display I'd like to see. As it is, it's just rubbish.
Dear.
Yeah.
Is that your feeling, Cole?
Yeah, I'm not keen.
No.
Sorry, what clue was that?
We'll have a big fire tomorrow.
Bone marrow. Bone marrow. Genius. Let's play the record.
Oh God! Good to hear that again.
Always good to hear that.
Suede. Animal nitrate. Carl's all flustered because there isn't a record set up, but he's getting all tizzy. He's been more worried about his competitions than sorting out putting records on ready. What?
I'm after Steve's Song for a Lover.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why didn't you carry on with your educating Ricky section? I'll have a look on the
We'll keep it going, Steve.
Yeah, you keep it
Go on. Go on then. Right. Okay. We've had a few emails. Anyone got it right, Carl? Anyone?
Educating Ricky. That's the final one. We got to get that out of the way.
We got to get Rockbusters as well, though.
We can do that at the end. We can wait.
Go on then.
But we've only got 5 minutes left.
Come on, just do educating Ricky.
Right. God. The last one that we haven't done is he's a bit of a nuisance.
Go on then.
Again, not really that interesting.
Thanks.
No, like again, I spoke to you in the week, and I had much better things. Like when I tell you about Brian Blessed climbing Everest, and for some reason it made him it played havoc with his belly, and he followed through, and he had to clean up.
Shut himself.
Using ice and snow.
Why are you telling me that Brian Blessed? In what way is telling me that Brian Blessed shit himself once in any way educational?
Because I was saying how he was climbing Everest, right? I give it to him. He's an actor and that, but he gave that a go.
Yeah.
Right. He played.
What's the point of that? You'd say, wouldn't you?
You'd say, God, he's you know.
So he's all right. Me doing a boxing match for no reason is rubbish, but him climbing Everest and shitting himself,
he did that.
is commendable.
Right, and he's only gonna like go and do it again. He's gonna climb it again.
Yeah, but he might not shit himself this time.
Yeah, but what's the point in going? Nothing's changed up there.
Yeah, good point.
What do you mean?
Well, it has. They probably,
That is a classic Carlism. Like, why would you go climb Everest again? Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. It's the what do you call it? The Great Wall of China? It's okay. It's an okay
just
wall.
okay.
It's just
It's an okay wall of China.
Okay wall of China.
And we haven't had a lot of Brian Blessed on the channel, but like, you know, I don't know what I can't do his voice, but just hearing him say that he should have, I shit myself, would be funny as hell.
Could you? Way to make one of the most dangerous mountains more shitty. Like,
yeah,
and that's like, yeah, pun intended, but still, it's like I can't describe it any better than that. It's like, fuck that. Now you have to drop trowel in the middle of the freezing altitude, like to clean your asshole with ice.
yeah, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
After seeing Touching the Void, yeah, no, not at all.
Nope.
I've probably cleared out by now. Right, but, it's slip on it.
I can't even be bothered telling you this one, because...
Come on! Just do it, or do it now!
Steve, how we doing?
Look, no, never mind that. Look, just tell me what that means. Oh, it's a nuisance. Oh, this is so annoying, Carl. I'm gonna go mental.
Right,
talk!
Right, listen, I'm just putting this in here, right? Right, nuisance is a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah.
Apparently, the old fella who used to hang people...
1800s?
Yeah. He used to be able to tell somebody's weight just by looking at them. Right? That's a bit of a bonus fact.
We'll be the judge of that.
The thing that I wanted to tell you is, money for old rope, do you know what I'm saying? I can't even be bothered.
Yes, you're gonna tell me now. Come on, Carl.
Right,
I mean it.
Basically, money for old rope came from the... right.
What was all that about? He can tell someone's weight. What was all that
bonus
for?
fact.
And blind blessed shitting himself. What are you... What? No, don't you... No, tell me that now. You nearly made me swear then. I'm getting really annoyed. I'm getting really annoyed now. Tell me this back, Carl, or I'm gonna go mental.
Come on, Carl, time's running out.
Not that people, years ago, when people used to be hung, right?
Right.
If you didn't like the person who's been hung, you'd go, God, I really don't like him. And so you never forget the time.
Presumably if they're being hung, we take that as read.
Yeah. So they never forget afterwards to get the hangman to get the rope and to cut it up into little pieces, and he'd sell them. He'd sell the little pieces of rope to people.
See, Carl, that's the most interesting thing, if it's true, that you've come up with.
Right, okay. And so so they sell the rope?
They sell the rope, and it's money for old rope.
Money for old rope?
Meaning, like, you know, God, it's easy to make money, that all they have to do is cut it up and sell it.
I'm cynical.
I'm not so convinced.
Right, listen, we're really tight. We haven't even got time for a last track. We've got an ad break, and we've got to give out...
Okay, give the answers then. This is ridiculous.
So, Steve, do you want to pick a winner?
I've got a winner when you give us the answers.
Okay, so the first clue was, that army has got some nice trenches.
Yeah.
That was DW.
Who's that?
Dandy Warhols.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Alright.
That's good, yeah.
The second one. The top of them curtains are wrecked. All the material is worn.
Yeah.
HV. That's Holly Valance.
Oh, he got a phone call for a woman saying I haven't heard it, and he was talking to her off air, and she went, what is it? So-and-so said them's curtains. She went, oh right. He said, you know the thing around the top of the curtain is a palmet, not a valance, and he went, cut her off.
Yeah, but my auntie's always making balances on everything. I'll tell you about that next week, right?
I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
Is this the one that farted for 5 minutes?
Yeah, the very same.
Yeah.
Right? So, we'll talk about that. I was in Texas, I tripped up, I landed on my knees in a puddle, WH, wet knee Houston, right?
Wet knee Houston.
Yeah. So,
you're a maniac.
So, who's a winner?
We've got Pete, Catherine and Laura in Newcastle upon Tyne. They're listening online, I assume, and they're going to get
Digital.
those great phrases. And remember, they've got loads of stuff. They've got the DVD here, they've got Linda Green, they've got Stone Roses, they've got another compilation, and Executive Decision.
What did you read about Brian Blessed? Is it actually true, or have you lied with someone else?
It was an interview with him in it.
And what did he say? Come on, what did he say?
He said I climbed Everest and I played havoc with me belly. Let's talk about it next week. We've really run out now.
Oh, you're a fool.
Boy with the Arab strap, Bell and Sebastian. Coming next, educating Ricky.
You too, Electrical Storm. Steve, am I mental, or have we been playing some great tunes
We've
today?
been playing some great tunes. You're not mental. You're
On
a genius.
XFM, yeah, on XFM 104.9, Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. Carl Pilkington in the chair now. The talked about, the acclaimed educating Ricky.
Right, well, just in case anyone's new, doesn't normally listen, basically, I'm educating Ricky. Do a bit of research in a week, find stuff, news, history, anything that's interesting. 3 stories, I give them a nice little headline, you take your pick. Between now and 3, you're going to learn 3 things. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, the headlines are, I'll be no buying one of them.
Give us that again.
I'll be no buying one of them.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. We've also got, hippopotamus.
Okay. Okay.
And, can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Well, I'm
it's
going to
your
go for
choice,
hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus?
Yeah.
News.
Right, well, this one, it's, I'm not going to take the credit here. I heard Christian talking about this on breakfast, right? Because it's a good story that happened. Basically, I don't know if I told you about it last week when we were having our spaghetti, but,
I think you did.
Right,
I know what it is. I know what this is.
Okay, I've not heard this.
right, there's a little midget. Right, there's a circus.
I'm loving it already.
Circus going on somewhere. I think it was in America. And,
Is that present day or old times?
I'm talking, like, in the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Right? Little midget, circus, really packed out show, people are loving it.
Right, Steve, you'll ask the same question I did, I know.
So there's little midget jumping up and down on a trampoline.
Saying little midget.
That's what circus is.
Why does he keep saying little midget?
Little midget.
Opposed to a tall one. Like,
Tall midget.
That's what's getting me. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Oh, God. It's Carl, man. Just Carl.
Right.
I pay good money to see it.
So everyone's clapping and he's getting carried away.
Because he can't believe they're loving it. I didn't know they'd like a little person on a trampoline, but they love me.
But you know what it's like when, if there's a crowd of people sort of encouraging you to sort of go higher and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he knew it was getting out of hand. But he was jumping and he was coming down, they're all going higher, and he's going really high in the air, right? So he's doing this, crowd are clapping. There's a hippo, right, just sat next to the trampoline, getting ready to come on and do his act.
Oh, right, I thought he was in the audience.
That's it, getting ready to do his act, Steve.
You okay, man?
Dude, these guys, man. Alright. I'm here. I'm here.
It's just how aggravated you get. It
just
makes it for me.
I
In
just-
addition to what these 3 idiots are doing.
I love this, man. It's just like fucking Carl, man. God. I love him. Like I'd be the first to buy him a round of drinks, but I would be like, bro, like, what's going on up there, man? I love it.
There's nothing. There's nothing and everything at the same time.
At the same time. It's like he's the most brilliant idiot out there.
Yeah.
Like it's the best. He's like both worlds. He's a chameleon.
He's a smart moron.
Yeah, it's like right. Like this is what it all brings me back to. It's like those times where I'm like, he has the most intelligent perspective of things because it's not tainted with logic or common sense, you know. and it's so out of the box that sometimes it's he strikes gold and you're like, whoa, smart. And then there are times you're like, Beatles don't have feelings. Anyway, it's a little midget on trampolines. Got it.
Yeah.
So
he's a ventriloquist.
What do you mean he's sitting by the trampoline waiting to do his act?
Because it's-
Why does he sit in the dressing room and they go, 5 minutes, Mr. Mus, 5 minutes, Mr. Mus.
So anyway, right, so the hippo's there,
He's getting annoyed, is he? Because the midget's
He's
eating
going,
into
how
his
can I
tongue.
follow this? How
Yeah.
can I,
He's
this is
probably
really
thinking,
annoying. They're gonna be,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no.
so
He's thinking, he's already done the trampoline, my pogo stick act is never gonna work.
Yeah, go on. So there's a hippo waiting. See, it's a great story, and I just know he embellishes it or he gets slightly wrong. Go on.
So
So there's a midget jumping up and down, the hippo's getting annoyed, he
The
wants to
crowd
go.
are going mad.
crowd
The
are going
midget's
mental.
loving it. Can't believe his luck. Although you think he probably knows he's dicing with danger.
yeah. So, next thing you know, they're all saying hiya, hiya. He gives it one big, like, heavy sort of landing on the trampoline, goes really high, but goes off at a funny angle,
Oh,
hypotenuse,
okay.
yeah, and sort of flies off,
Sure.
flies off at a funny angle.
Oh dear.
Hippo's there, swallows him whole. Crowd are clapping, thinking that's why the hippo was waiting there.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
It's not rubbish though. I
But
mean,
no, maybe there was an accident in a circus with a midget and a hippo, but at no point was this hippo waiting to go on, going, come on. The midget flew off at hypotenuse and landed in the hippo's mouth and was swallowed whole. This is what you embellish it. That is great. And what's
I
that?
have to say though, Rick, when I heard midget trampoline hippopotamus, I was thinking accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
maybe? I mean...
It is that you should never put those three together.
Never.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It's
Everyone knows
textbook.
that. Midget trampoline hippopotamus. Are you mental?
You're asking for
Well,
trouble.
well,
You know, when he told me it, he said, and the midget, he didn't mention the hippopotamus, and he said the midget went alright, and soon he fell off, and the hippo ate him. And I said, sorry, what was the hippo doing there? He went, it's a circus.
I've never heard of a circus having a hippo.
What do hippos do?
What can they do? You can't train them, can you?
What do you
Aren't they, like, very deadly? They're huge, aren't
You can't have a hippo in a circus.
you sure?
You're not thinking of Zippo?
they? He's neither clown.
Yeah. No, and it wasn't some sort of where Zippo was eating a midget and it's some sort of horrible sexual act.
No, it was definitely. I heard it on breakfast, right?
Oh, okay, sorry.
definitely-
No, it's definitely fact.
Yeah,
though. It's
okay,
definitely
right,
truth.
okay, good. Well, let's play a record then.
So,
I'd like to play a classic Springsteen. We're all fans of Springsteen there. This might be his debut album, I'm not sure. Greetings from Raspberry Park.
I think it is, yeah.
New Jersey. And this is Growing Up. It's great, it's classic. Springs Lost Cause on XFM 104.9. Wow. Carl, we haven't had a lot of emails, they're tough.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Any
I've
ideas, Rick?
got
You got
one, and I'm struggling with two, but I know one of the words, but I can't think of the band that fits it unless the clue's wrong, and I've got no idea with the first one, E.
Give us some again.
So just
Just
give 'em again.
quickly recap. Number one, the fella has only got one badge left. That's E. Second one, the unmarried lady is a friend he out with. That's MD. And the last one, I really, really love that woman. I love everything she does. That's M.
Wow. Ricky, what is it, Ricky?
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
So keep those coming in. If there's no winner, we don't know whether to give it to the person who gets the most right first, or have a massive rollover. And, what a Christmas booty that would be, as Carl said. All those... Imagine what you could have... indecent proposal, maybe.
Who knows?
You
Who
know what I
knows?
mean?
I've got some real junk, so I can bring that in.
Yeah. The mean machine.
Imagine
with
someone
Vinnie
this
Jones.
Christmas. Yeah, exactly. This Christmas, I can't believe it. Oh, thank you so much for the Pelican brief. I noticed
Yeah.
you left the price on.
And it's on VHS as well.
Oh, great.
Brilliant.
Yeah, this is a perfect Christmas gift, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Okay,
Iconic.
now,
Some
so
quite
that's going.
mediocre CDs.
That's
The
going.
perfect
That's
Christmas
going
gift.
on. That's a big prize. It's a big weekend prize on
Yeah.
XFM. Educating Ricky, part 2. Right, what's the clues
Right,
left?
well, we've got left the headlines. I'll be new buying one of them,
Yeah.
and we've also got chicken. You believe it? Chicken, you believe it? So they're the two that are left. Which one should I
Right.
go for?
Chicken, you believe it, is not that picture, is it? In that we saw.
Which picture?
The bloke with the...
No.
Right,
no.
okay.
God,
Um,
that was bad.
Right, okay.
Right, so
just better explain that.
We can discuss this on air, can we?
Well, we can. Steve brought in, Carl, the best book ever, which is, what is it?
I found it when I was moving house. It's an FHM publication, and it's kind of like lots of grotesque pictures and stories, and like a book of freaks and weirdos and grotesques.
And Carl opened it, and the first one was like...
At the back.
At the back.
Well, you couldn't believe your luck, could you?
What was it? What was number 50?
A bloke with 2 heads.
And he said, what's number 1?
Yeah.
And then number 6, there's a bloke who's a squid or something.
Octopus.
Yeah. yeah. He's loving it. At number 1, he said, well, it's just a fella under a rock. And I went, oh no, read on, I think I know about this. And it's the fella that was found, he caused a landslide while having sex with a chicken. And they pulled him off, and there he is, the chicken owner.
Right,
so Carl could not believe his luck. So it's not that.
Can you believe it?
I'll have that one,
You're
then.
going for that one?
Yeah.
Right, well, we've talked a lot on the show about,
We've talked a lot on the show.
Yeah.
About animals without heads.
We haven't! We talked about cockroaches could live without a head for 7 days.
Yeah, we've talked about that, and then of course there was the the well-known one about the fella who had his head cut off, and he
blinked.
He said to his mate, "Count how many times I blink when my head comes off."
Yeah, when you told it to me, you said his head came off, and he said, as he said to the basket, he said, "Quick, count how many times I've blinked." And it was Nick Frost that had to go, "No, Carl, no, he said it before." I went, and that was lovely. So yeah, we've talked quite a lot about things heads coming off. Go on then.
Well, this one,
yeah.
Right? Back in 1945.
You looked up the date.
It's got a specific date. Wow.
Mate Jonathan sent this one. You know him as well. It's a lad at the BBC, right? He emailed this one in. So thanks for that. Chicken. It's called Mike.
There's a chicken called... Sorry, I missed a bit there. There's a chicken called Mike.
Chicken called Mike.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What happened was, it was living on a farm, right? Loads of chickens knocking about, and the owner of the farm is like, you know, getting ready for tea, and his wife says, "Go out and get a fresh chicken, 'cause my mum's coming round." So he thinks, well, I want to get a good one in, 'cause I want to impress her. 'Cause back then, even then, they wanted to impress the mother-in-law and that. So they said, "All right, I'll just nip out and get one." So he sees Mike, chicken, running around.
Is this during the war or after the war?
1945. I'd say that was after.
No, ended. Well,
it ended in 1945.
Yeah,
Okay.
September. Go on.
So, chicken's running about, he thinks that one, that looks alright, I'll have that one.
Mikey.
So he picks it up, and he cuts its head off.
Oh.
Puts it on the block, cuts its head off, runs about a bit, like they do. He thinks it'll stop in a minute, keeps running about. Oh, what's going on here? Right? He's now, like, chasing the chicken without an head.
Yeah.
He's saying he should die in a minute. Anyway, doesn't die. Chicken's walking around with no head. Lives for 18 months.
Yeah.
Chicken with no head.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, I'll tell you, I've heard this story before, Rick, and the explanation, as I understand it, was that certain vital cords, spinal cords, weren't severed when the head came off. So that was why it continued to live.
Yep.
I don't know if that sounds plausible.
It's fine. Absolutely fine. How did it take on protein and energy?
The fella who owned it, he said, well, hang on a minute, he said, I could kill it now.
But I've got a wonder chicken here.
But he's thinking, it must really want to live.
Sure.
Right? If it survived that, they've sort of got something here.
Yeah.
So he, what he does, he gets a little, eye droplet thing that he used to use on it. Obviously not anymore, right? And he filled it with grain and water, and it had a big hole in its neck where its head used to be. And he,
incredibly.
And he dropped...
You know what, there's, I mean, that is possible then, if it, you know, without infection, without infection, if he was taking on things, it is possible, right? Why?
Why what?
Why did he do it? How cruel is that? I mean, that was not cruel, because the chicken obviously, you know...
He said if he thought it was a bit fed up, he would have killed it. He said, but it was running around quite happy.
Well, it wasn't fed up at all, because it had no brain. What do you mean, wow?
I'm just saying what
it was nothing. It was just sinew and nerves and electrical impulses breaking down energies, right? That's all it was. It didn't have a brain, so it was. But I'm worried about the psychology of keeping a pet without a head. I'm worried more about what the farmer was thinking than the chicken.
I tell you this. What the question I'm asking is, was the mother-in-law impressed? I mean, that's why he set out. That's why he set out to shot Mike's head off.
This is lovely, but it's just the head where you don't kill a chicken like that all at once.
I thought we were having chicken for dinner. Come and look at this, running around the yard.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So, there you go, you've learnt something there.
Yeah, I have learned something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So,
My only hope is that that chicken did not become anything sold at a KFC in America.
Oh no, that is the alpha chicken right there, dude.
Yeah.
That is the Spartan of the chicken world.
Yes.
I love that chicken.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. You know what? If it were me, 1945, I killed that chicken. I obviously needed the meat. You know.
Yeah.
But that chicken deserves a effing burial. After
Burial.
that, an actual burial. Like, if you can survive that long without a head, you deserve a burial.
All right, fine, man. You say burial. I say either Bojangles or Costco rotisserie chickens for $5.
Yeah. Oh man.
Give it. At least let it die honorably.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God.
Don't make it into KFC in America or McDonald's McChicken nuggets, you know?
Yeah, very true. Very true. Even though their meat is not even meat, right? It just plays a part.
Yeah, it just plays the part. Let the headless bird die with dignity.
100%.
Yeah.
one more.
That farmer, I've learnt that farmer was very strange indeed.
There you go.
I have to say, to be fair to Carl, I have a feeling like when I read it, the reason he kept it alive was as a novelty. He got charged people to come and see the incredible headless chicken called Mike.
Right.
So, there we are.
Oh, right.
That's great.
Right.
So, tune, Steve?
A tune, yeah. I just thought I'd like to hear a little bit more from that NERD album. We played some of this from there when it first came out many, many moons ago. Since then, it's gone on. It's won awards, all sorts. And obviously, NERD now, Nerd, as they're sometimes known, kind of big producers. They're producing Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, all kinds of people. But this is a track from their album.
I've heard they're wicked.
They are indeed. And this is called Things Are Getting Better. Correct. NERD from their album In Search Of, and that's Things.
Suede's new one, Obsessions, on XFM 104.9. Well, I'm Ricky Gervais, obviously, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Well, Carl, that's about it, and we got sidetracked on the last Educating Ricky. You telling me about a man whose arm grew.
Well, something went wrong. I'm not saying it grew.
Like, did we completely miss the last one of that last segment, or are we skipping one?
I think they might be circling back to it with no time left.
Maybe.
Because that's that's on form for this show. And it's actually brilliant.
Yeah?
It's actually brilliant because it leaves the listeners on a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Because I'll probably bring it. So this was a weekly show.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like, I guess, YouTube videos or TikTok videos that have good, watch time, stole that technique from, old radio shows that had a payoff at the end.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. But I mean, it's unveiling like a curtain that I didn't even know I needed to see behind. So
Yeah.
Just saying.
What? The restroom shrunk?
It went long.
It went long. What, is that growing now? What do you mean it went long? Did it grow, or what? Did it come loose?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, so it's hanging by a thread that's made it look long. Within the skin.
It's like how you can stretch a pair of tights if something is too heavy.
Arms are very much like tights. They are very much
the
like
one,
tights.
the one that we didn't get round to on Educating Ricky was, I'll be no buying one of them.
Go on.
Are you familiar with the saying white elephant?
Something is a white elephant. Yeah, I don't think so.
Hold on. You phoned me last night and said, what does white elephant mean? And I told you.
Yeah, I know, but I know where it came from, but I just was wondering what it was about.
So how, in what way is Educating Ricky you calling me up and asking me something?
Well, do you know how it came about?
You've given away some of the secrets of the show there, it would appear. I didn't realise he was phoning you for information.
Well, he just asked me what the term white elephant meant in sort of like colloquial.
Did he say, why are you interested, Carl? No reason.
No, go on.
Well, what it is, ages ago when...
So what do we understand white elephant to mean?
Well, some of that's useless, that's like a bit of a, you know, something that you wouldn't want around that's just stood there doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Carl.
So years ago, when people used to use elephants...
Years ago, go on.
When people used to use elephants?
Yeah, more than they do now.
Right.
More
than they do now!
This doesn't involve a midget, does it?
No.
So you know, they'd use them in the workplace and stuff.
Oh my god. More than they do now. Less than they do now. Only Carl. Another classic Carlism.
Yeah. More they yeah, okay. Fair enough. Back in the day, you could definitely say that elephants were used a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole. Right?
Yeah.
Back
in the day.
Yeah, right now they're hurting for work here in the US.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's the black market, and we won't talk about that too much to stay monetized.
I just don't see too many pachyderm anythings in the US. too many.
Nah, don't really see that.
Mm-mm.
Do you need a break?
No, I'm good.
You want to keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right, at like 152, 153, whatever it makes sense to cut,
Yeah.
we'll end it there.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, because if we get to the halfway point, that's the goal. That's the goal because that saves us on the tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%.
Stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, as factories. Yeah.
To move stuff
Tea-ladies.
around and that.
Yeah, security guards.
Yeah. Can't trust them with the buns, though. That's why they stopped using them.
Oh,
Right.
God, go on.
So there was loads of elephants knocking about, and the thing is, right,
You couldn't move them.
if you have a lot of something, you also have a lot of demic ones, don't you?
A lot of what?
You know, sort of demicky ones that aren't right, really.
Demicky.
Well, you know, like they weren't properly. They weren't
properly. Sorry, what, Carl? What are you doing?
Right, I'm getting to the story. So what I'm telling you is,
They were a bit demicky, so they weren't
Basically,
properly.
Have you started making words up?
right,
Yeah, you Stanley Unwin.
Listen.
Reincarnated.
what-
Demicky?
Yeah.
there was a lot of albino elephants knocking about.
Where is this?
Olden times.
Africa.
Yes! Should we say Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If an answer's got a question mark at the end, I'm
Well,
not sure
it's either Africa or India, but I'll give you a clue. Will these elephants, do they have big ears or little ears?
I didn't sort of notice the size of the elephants. What I noticed is they were white because they were albino elephants.
Okay.
Right. So that's why they're heading. I'll be null buying one of them.
Okay.
So what would happen is people who didn't know what they were doing, like, you know, you get people making a mistake buying cars that are full of problems and that. Back then when people were buying elephants, they'd go up to someone, say, I'm after an elephant, and the fellow would say, yeah, I've got one here for you, this is a nice one. And it was all white and stuff, and it had, like, blue eyes.
You should never trust a used elephant salesman.
It was just this elephant that's white with blue eyes.
Right. So,
This is great.
So,
Yeah.
so a fellow who didn't know what he was doing would buy the elephant, and he'd get it back, and it'd be all sort of lazy and stuff,
Oh,
and
the
what we're
worst
doing and
kind, yeah.
stuff. And he'd say, what's up with this? And his mate, who's a bit of an expert with elephants, and go, oh, where have you bought that from? And he'd say, oh, I got it off that fella, and he goes, oh...
All this embellishing nonsense he does with the story.
You shouldn't have bought that. So he goes, why? And he said, it's only albino, isn't it? And he's like, what does that mean? And he said, oh, it gets tired. It's not that good at doing work and that. You shouldn't
It
have bought
steals from you.
But elephants back then were like a god. You know what I mean?
Right.
You couldn't say, oh, I'm sick of this, then I'm going to abandon it or anything, because elephants were seen as like pretty high up on the chain of things. So they'd end up being stuck with an elephant, that's an albino, couldn't do much, gets tired, basically gets in the way. So they said, that's where they're saying, like, you know, but a bit of a white elephant there.
What do you reckon, Rick?
What?
I feel...
Okay,
No,
hold
I
on,
don't-
hold the phone here. What? An albino elephant can't do the same work as a non-albino elephant?
I'm pretty sure you're still tapping into elephant power.
Yeah.
Unless they can't work in the sun. which I'm not a pachydermologist.
Yeah, and I'm
Pachydermiologist. I do not know how albinism strips elephants of energy. But
yeah, and I'm not. I don't know the science behind melanin, so obviously.
we are obviously qualified to speak on this. So, but I love when, you know, Ricky and Steve, I love when they call Carl out sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's like you can tell he's thinking about it for the first time in depth. Like, I bet like he reads something. Oh, this is good. We'll take it. He'll read the first paragraph. We'll take it. And then after he gets cross-examined, he's like, well, all right, never mind. You know, but you already stepped into it, man.
If he was 20 years older than he is, then he would be the type that would fall for false information on Facebook.
Yep.
He would share memes and take them at face value, like some of my older relatives do.
Yes.
Except my Nana, who refuses to be on Facebook. He's like, I don't want to see what people ate today. I don't give a damn about that.
And it's just like, it's so cute because like we've moved so far away from that now.
Oh yeah.
Now it's during the beginning stages of the Facebook. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, oh, so she's dodged a bullet. And I'm currently, I think, almost 5 years sober. I'm more than 5 years. I think it's like 6 years sober off Facebook. So I'm proud of that.
Congrats, man. I'm proud of you.
Hey, man.
I mean, I would love to get off of it, but I have to run ads on it and find gigs through there.
I get it.
Yeah.
But,
it's a necessary evil in my other line of work.
Yeah. Oh.
I feel like I haven't been educated. I feel like I've lost something. So that time in my life I can never get back. I feel like I've sort of been soiled, and I don't know where to start. I'm angry. Do you know what I mean? I'm angry.
Sure, yeah, I can see that.
And all that rubbish around. Look at his little face. What was that? All that shit about a second-hand elephant salesman and his mate knew about elephants. What is it? What are they had blue eyes. What are you?
Well,
albinos have red eyes for a start.
Oh, that's it. We've run out of time.
Oh, what? I mean, what are you going to do about this next week? Are you going to actually do some educating next week? And what about Rockbusters? Are you going to make the clues proper cryptic clues?
Well, that's the teaser, isn't it? That's what we'll leave them with.
Will it be any good next week? Tune in and find out. XFM 104.9.
Yeah, you'd need to give me shelter from his bullshit.
I love that. That is the best ending. Tune in next week. It might not be shit.
Yeah. Tune in next week to find out.
What a show, man.
Oh,
what a
This
show.
is great. We'll go, I don't know, 20 more minutes.
Yeah, man.
Papa Garcia, Natalie and Nusi from the forthcoming album, Bring Me the Head of Papa Garcia. Catchy, that. Quite retro. It's a bit of Elton John and
all sorts thrown in.
Yeah, lovely. Right, here we go. Quick clues again, and then we better do Educating Ricky.
Well, this is the favourite bit of the show for me now, Educating Ricky.
I love it.
I can't, I'm anxious all week.
Well, just quickly on those clues, just in case people need to know again. Stop throwing that fruit about, CB. That Scottish fella's made a bit of an error. M. And, God, you can make loads of toast with M. That's, G.
Alright, brilliant. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. It's email only.
Oh, I need some learning. I need some knowledge, Carl. Educate me.
I might be able to help you.
Go on.
We've got 3 things, as always. I'll give them a little heading to tease you as to which one you want to learn first.
Yeah.
First one is the tip included?
Is the tip included?
Like it.
Second one, I want to come here in hindsight. Right.
I wouldn't have come here in hindsight?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the third one, am I gonna have to thump you?
Am I gonna have to thump you? Okay, and you've trawled, the internet?
So if I can get into the mindset of this plan, is the tip included? Well, obviously, That's probably not going to be about a weight. It's going to be if that's someone losing the end of his knob, I assume. Arm are going to have to thump you. That's a man who lost his arm in a fight, but then picked it up with the other arm and smacked him with it. What was the middle one?
I want to come here in hindsight.
Hindsight.
Heinz sight?
It's someone was blinded by baked beans.
Sure.
So what are you going for then?
I think I'd better go for, arm are gonna have to thump you.
Right, well this isn't... I've been struggling again, to be honest with you. Searching high and low for stuff, and some of these I had to leave till this morning.
Right, because there's just not enough knowledge out in the world, is there, that you don't know about?
I found out about something in the week about a guy who, was playing tug-of-war.
This is bonus material,
He was
isn't it?
playing tug-of-war.
Oh, his arm came off.
Only his arm come off.
Yeah, he got caught up in the rope, yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't get caught up in the rope, he just was trying that hard and didn't want to lose. He kept holding
But he
it.
allowed his arm to be pulled off.
He really wanted to win. And
Well,
the other team, the other team pulled it and his arm come off.
No.
Well,
I don't know who to believe.
No way.
No way. What?
You're pulling and your arm comes off? No.
No. There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm no doctor. For those of you that have had your arms ripped off by tug of war mishaps, I apologize.
I
I don't believe it.
They probably won't be able to type it out anyway, so
Slowly. Not both hands, just one. I can't. No. There's no fucking way. No. Nope. I need this to be bullshit.
Yeah. This isn't what I lie to you. We're learning from Carl. We're not trying to figure out if it's true or not.
No.
We can use that with Google later.
Yep.
Or the comments section if we're too lazy for that.
Yep. Man.
Well, think about it. If he's gripping,
yeah.
as soon as there's tension, like the arm coming out of the socket, the hand might release. I think his arm got caught up in the rope. And so it was involuntary, as opposed to him going, well, my arm's coming off, but I'm not going to lose this. You might be right.
That's the fact.
That's a bonus. That's a bonus fact.
Yeah, well,
that's educated me.
Well,
a man lost his arm. Oh, interesting. Go on.
Arm are gonna have to thump you.
Yeah.
Do you know the saying, shut your face?
Yeah, I've heard the well-known Shakespeare, innit?
Yeah. Do you know how it came about?
No, Joe Dolce.
No,
go on.
It's ages ago.
Oh yeah, literally.
Like knights who wore armour.
Okay.
That's armour gonna have to thump you. That's how it came about.
Okay, armour.
They wore all the stuff and they had the helmet, and say if they're guarding something at night, stood outside a castle or something,
yeah,
and there's probably going to be two of them, right? So they stood there talking and that, and talking about stuff, and
the future,
sort of, medieval stuff.
One of them's like, oh, we should shut up, you know, I've been stood here for hours, and he's going on and on.
Yeah, sure.
So he'd say, shut your face, meaning, shut the guard down on your helmet,
the visor,
and I can't hear you then. So shut your face.
Shut your face.
And that's how it came about.
Well, I suppose
it would be interesting if I could just rely on it.
I'm not sure it's true.
I know. I just never know.
It needs to be corroborated.
Just like
it couldn't be. Two knights back in the night ages are not gonna be like, bro, shut your face. It's gonna be like something fucking wackadoo, like shutteth thouest faceth. It's not coming. New shirt, patent pending. Gonna be on the merch store. But no, no. It could work, right? It could work. Shut your face. I don't see knights talking like that.
I will defer to you on that because you have studied those type of things a lot more than I have.
I am one, if not training to be a understudy of the National Maryland Jousting Museum here in Maryland.
those members of the Ring Dinkers Association, and you better be commenting up the Vogel Massive right now, or else you are banned from the channel.
Man, I've done my time. Medieval, my ears are up. I'm ready to listen. But I've never heard Shut Your Face.
Yeah. So on that basis, I will go with you on saying this is bullshit.
Yeah, there's no way. I couldn't imagine. You go back in time and you hear Knights, shut your face. Like, no. Probably never happened.
Shutteth thine face, thou bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know where he got it from, but anything via Carl is precarious.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe you should give us your sources next time. You know, tell us where you got this information from.
Got it off the internet.
Yeah, but where on the internet?
I can't remember where that one was. I mean, I always go through, like, the news pages and stuff, and
this news should be updated, because they've only reached the 17th century, which is last week with people eating tomatoes off lead plates.
Then I look at news, and there was stuff about a woman who was in a shop, and she, I don't know, they had some workmen in doing the shop up, and they had some wood glue left out, and she asked for some pear juice, and then the guy went and thought the glue in the thing was the pear juice, and she went and drank that. But that's not really news.
No.
So I thought, well, we're not having that.
I wish you hadn't told us.
There was one about...
So there's some poor woman now whose tiles have fallen off because she tried to put them up with pear juice.
Yeah.
See, that's the danger of mixing up pear juice with toxic glue. Your wallpaper and your tiles and everything just fall down.
There's also...
Be careful, everyone.
Be careful.
There's something about kids having hamburgers, it makes them fat.
Hamburgers?
Hold on. What? Having food with high fat content can make you put on weight?
Yeah.
Don't believe it. You're an idiot. What's the next one?
No, let's play tune.
You've still got to come, you've still got I Want to Come Here in Hindsight, and you've still got Is a Tip Included, but we've got a bit of,
Well, I think we haven't played anything for a while, have we, in terms of the hip-hop hooray feature that I used to be so popular for. So I thought we'd just resurrect that for 1 week only.
Heat didn't pick up on that one, did they?
They didn't, did they? Let me just remind you, hip-hop hooray was where I played a hip-hop track.
And then I said hooray, or...
Yeah, no, I think didn't even have that.
Brilliant.
That's a great thing, though. We could add that in, we could phase that in. Maybe at the end of the song you can
hooray.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I'll check it.
Featuring Puff Daddy and Little Kim, that's Notorious B.I.G.
Brilliant.
and Notorious.
Great,
Nice.
lovely. Carl just, said to me, here's something. You can't hold your breath to death.
Have you tried it, Carl?
It's just another little lesson.
There's someone here who's in a really low ebb. They've been listening to a show, they were going to commit suicide. They just start holding their breath and thinking, oh, screw it.
Well, what did you learn in the week, right? I'm always doing all the educating. I asked you were talking about watching a programme about jellyfish.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that'll be interesting, I'll try and find some stuff out, but I couldn't find anything that I didn't already know about them.
It must be difficult for you to find anything you don't already know.
So what did you learn about jellyfish?
I agreed with you by the end of it, that they should be wiped off the face of the earth, because they're balls of water in membrane, right, that go around stinging people to death. Let's lose them, Carl. Let's lose the jellyfish. Yeah?
That's what I think. Because I was stung by one. You know?
Oh, you got stung by one?
Yeah, I was on holiday and got stung by one.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
No,
don't understand them.
I'm not a fan of them.
So that's that.
Good. So, well, that's sorted out the jellyfish conundrum. We've solved that particular worry.
Right then, so, take your pick then.
I asked him if he could have any animal the other day. Did I ask him on air as well?
Don't know.
Off air, he said, I've got it down to 2. Right, and this was... He said, what favourite animal looking at, or could I own one? And I went, you could own one. And he went, right, but could I own one, or would I have trouble? I went, Carl, you've got all the expertise, you can just have it in whatever it needs, and you go down there. He went, right, and I won't regret it and get fed up. I said, no, Carl, just what animal, if you could have any animal, what animal would you love? He went, I've got it down to 2. I went, what is it? He said, either the rhino or the hippo.
What's your logic?
Well, I don't know, that was then. I mean, ask me tomorrow, and I might have 2 other favourites. Do you know what I mean? When was that?
A couple of weeks ago. When was that? Well, you were there.
Yeah, but, you know...
What are they today? Quickly now. First animal that comes into your head.
Quickly now, any animal I want.
You can have any animal in the world.
Right.
From one that's maybe extinct, anything you want.
Right, I might have, just for today...
Just for today.
I might have a scorpion in a little box.
A little scorpion in a box. What's your thinking?
It's the chimp every time. It's the chimpanzee or the gorilla.
No. But, have I told you that program about the scorpion? How they all help each other out?
Right.
Have I told
Scorpions
you?
all help each other out.
No, this is brilliant, right? Somewhere in the desert,
Okay.
there's these little
In the desert.
it's like these little monkeys that are underground or something. And there's holes.
Is this Beneath the Planet of the Apes? The fourth in the series.
The precursor of monkey news.
Yeah, that's all I hear. I'm like, oh, monkeys. Here we go. Here
Ooh,
we go. Monkeys.
chimpanzee.
Yeah. Monkey news and bugs. I'm here for it, man.
Yeah. If you could have any animal, what would it be? Let's.
Oh, right off the bat, I probably would have a. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I'd maybe a emu.
An emu.
Because I've always wanted a terrifying death bird.
One that you could ride if you're brave enough.
No, I feel like coming downstairs before my morning coffee, seeing a fucking hairy velociraptor looking thing in my kitchen would scare the shit out of me, and I would wake up and I might consume less caffeine.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's probably my my animal. What about you, man?
I would say a duck. Like they're not chickens. They're in the water, and I don't know. I grew up with the Aflac commercials, Gilbert Gottfried, and it made me want a duck really badly.
You know, they sell those ducks
Like
for like pets.
Yeah. I see this one person I follow on TikTok, Duncan Daisy or something, that she always this lady has like a bunch of ducks, and takes one of them out on car rides to go get Duncan and get ice water. And this duck loves ice water.
For the duck? What? No. But that's cool, man. Hey, listen, if you want a duck, man, the fact that we both picked fucking birds, wild. So,
yeah. If anybody has any leads on any duck farms in either Nashville, Toronto, or anywhere in the UK and Ireland, please let me know, because I'm traveling to those places in 2024.
Hey, Tractor Supply. That's where you get it.
Tractor Supply?
Yeah. Tractor Supply has ducks.
Okay.
Absolutely wild. I know this because Holly wanted one before Tuck.
Holly wanted a duck before Tuck.
No.
Bars.
Right? And I'm like, we're going to get a good old solid beast. I'm not going to be walking around the house with the little flippers just patting along. That'll just drive me crazy. I'd rather have something the size of a Great Dane shitting horse amounts of diarrhea in my living room.
I mean, they both do shit a lot.
Yeah, but I would have chosen the duck.
Yeah.
But whatever. Cool.
Well, now you know. Now
I know. Always go for duck.
Always go for
duck.
They taste great with orange sauce too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of dark, but whatever.
And they're good on tacos.
Hey, yep. No one will ever ask you what happened to the duck.
Yeah. And to yours, emu, they lay the hugest eggs ever. Right. So you can make a big old breakfast for the whole community, and maybe a bunch of mayo if you're feeling adventurous.
There you go. My God. Hell no. Those things terrify me. They're the Sasquatch of birds, dude.
See, this is the kind of conversations that Carl inspires with the both of us.
Right? Fucking, I love how like they prod him on with these crazy questions. But anyway. Are they talking apes?
Oh, forget it, actually.
No, and you've got it wrong anyway. They're not monkeys.
There's little monkeys under the goose. What are they doing down there?
They're
Toiling in some
lizards.
underground mines?
They're lizards, if you remember, and the lizard goes to sleep, and the bloke comes along. You've told this, and the
Oh, we've done it. All right.
monkey from monkey lizard. That's what happens in his mind. From lizard to monkey. Oh, evolution would have been so much easier if Carl was around.
Right.
Turn it into a monkey. I'm fed up with a lizard.
Just promise me once again, Carl, I've asked you before, promise me you'll never have children.
Go on, right, okay.
Right, what are you having?
All right, so it's 2002. We're recording this late 2023, releasing it early 2024. So far, no kids.
He's kept that promise.
Yeah, good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him.
What are they again?
Is the tip included?
Yeah, go on, that one.
Right. In Turkey,
Nice.
it's not, actually. That's where I went, and there was them little fellas after Suzanne in the kitchen.
What? What do you mean?
We went to Turkey.
You went to
And,
Turkey and there
yeah.
were some little fellas.
Well, they had quite a few sort of midgets working in the kitchen.
Why? Is it a theme?
No,
Was it a
it's
theme
just-
holiday?
I don't know. Might get them cheaper or something.
Was it
So they
You
were
get them
working.
cheaper?
They were working in the kitchen, and one of them fancied Suzanne and kept sort of eyeing her up, and she was winding me up saying, "Oh."
not iron up and down, just eyeing her up?
Anyway, no, so
What
anyway,
was she doing in the kitchen?
no, it's like a pick what you want to eat type buffet, but you have people clearing the tables and that ready for you to come along,
Are they low tables?
and you know, he was just keeping an eye on her.
What did he say though? Was
How
he?
did he
What
make
was
this
it? Was he?
clear?
It was Turkish, so I don't know what he was saying.
But he was. Was it? He was.
Little fella, yeah,
Did he talk
What do you
to her?
mean a little fella? What do you mean little fella?
sort of dwarf-like.
What do you mean dwarf like? He had magic powers, or he was 4 foot?
No,
What do you
just
mean,
A
Carl?
little bloke, just like a normal bloke, but small. If you stood him in the desert, you wouldn't know.
But he'd be hot. And then, right, Carl.
You should watch out for the monkey.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh God! Oh my God! Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I love that. He stuck him in the desert. You wouldn't know. What the shit, dude? Man. Fucking Carl, dude.
Oh God,
man.
my abs hurt. Oh,
Oh, man.
it has been a while since I have
Ah.
belly laughed that hard.
Oh,
Instead
man.
of out the desert.
I guess. Man. I guess that's a perspective thing. Like, there's nothing to compare his size to. If he's the only thing there, so okay,
Oh,
fair
God
enough.
almighty, I can't.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Absolutely crazy.
All right. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm sorry. Oh God. Oh God.
Monkeys.
Yeah, underground.
Those underground monkeys are
Look,
dangerous.
you can't just say there was a little midget fella who was eyeing up my girlfriend and then leave it. What do you mean? What was happening? This is a story to us. This is much more interesting to us than and she was deaf, right? And she hit her head. That's much more
I don't
interesting.
understand how this how it manifested itself. Did he come over and say something?
No, do you know when it's like girls know, don't they? When someone fancies them.
What do you mean there was lots of them as well?
Do
then?
they? That's worth knowing.
Listen, right, come on. Right, so you went into this holiday, yeah?
Yeah, wasn't
And you
that
went
good?
into the dining room or something?
Yeah, downstairs.
And
in
you
the
looked
dining
over-
room.
He thought, this is odd, there's no one serving.
Yeah, and they go,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
hold on, you looked down and there was a little waiter.
There was loads of them running around busy.
Why though? Why did
Because
they
it
get
was
the...
summer.
What do you mean?
Because it
There
was
was
in
loads of them.
summer.
They had more of
They
them on.
come out in summer. They come out in summer.
What do you mean they had more? What do you mean?
Because it's busy, isn't it?
Well, no, but they
No,
hibernate in the
why
winter.
were they all midgets?
I don't know, maybe it doesn't heat stunt your growth or something.
No!
Well, they just happened to, maybe it was a thing that they did for tourists or something, I don't know. I just,
Heat stunts your growth.
Heat and coffee, man.
Science. 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 Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Got on with my meal. It was a holiday. Do you know what I mean?
God.
Right,
So it's a midget surfing. I'm not going to ask any questions.
Right, okay, yeah.
So they're all little fellas running around, and this one always was like, you know, oh, do you want a new serviette? You know what I mean? Going out of his way to sort of...
for turning on the charm.
Yeah, he was going out of his way. The others weren't.
Right. I think what was happening is he'd been working with Santa all sort of winter.
Yeah.
It's a sort of little summer break.
This one
He
was
had seen
your
a girl.
waiter, and so he was being polite to you.
Maybe.
But what did Suzanne say then? When
Well, she was using it to wind me up.
What was she saying? Oh, he's...
Oh, just like, you know, look.
he may be small, but he's
Well,
built like a...
Yeah, he's all man.
so...
Were you jealous of a midget then? You were jealous of him?
It is a bit annoying, isn't it?
Why?
It wouldn't bother me as much now, because I've been with her for ages.
Right.
But at the time, that might have been one of our first holidays, and it's like...
You don't
know,
want to be
what's going on? I paid for this holiday.
Yeah.
And then you get off with a midget?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway...
But it doesn't matter, because you got chatted up by a bearded lady, so...
Tell you what, no, that's got nothing to do with that.
What were you going to say? What were you going to say?
I was going to say the hotel was half board, and maybe...
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say it's just one of her shortcomings.
So listen, right?
Play a record, Carl.
Right.
Wow.
Badly drawn boy, born again. Right, just get this educating Ricky out of the way. So, Turkey, yeah. So what is this again?
This is educating Ricky, is a tip included.
Right.
Apparently a fella was on holiday in Turkey. He's just having a normal holiday, weather's good, you know, he's having a good time. And
Waiters are all normal height.
Yeah. He's having his meal. He hears a load of screaming going on in the kitchen.
Hold on.
Has his girlfriend wandered in there?
And they do,
With a stepladder.
Yeah.
the circumcised people in the kitchen, and apparently...
What are you talking about?
Whoa, slow down. We were sidetracked there for a minute.
What are you talking about? Well, I'm excited about two things at once here. One, they circumcised people in the kitchen. Two, I guessed it was someone losing the end of their...
Oh my god. Wow. What are we listening to?
This is amazing. What the hell? I would love to peek inside Carl's mind while he's reading this shit, man. Hey,
You probably peek in there. You peek in there and be like, oh, can't handle it.
Yeah. Nope. You can't stay there too long.
Yeah, no.
Can't stay there too long at all. What the shit?
They're not.
He did, yeah.
I started thinking like Carl Pilkington.
Extraordinary.
That is amazing.
Apparently it was going on. It wasn't just a one-off either. Well, when I say a one-off, I mean they did it more than once.
Yeah.
Right. And there was, he was there for a week, and apparently the first night it was quiet, and then the rest of the week, every day it'd be like having his breakfast, or even his lunch, or even his tea.
Yeah.
He'd be doing it all day.
Oh.
You'd be hearing
Lunch
screams.
and breakfast, fair enough, really.
Yeah,
Circumcision at tea time.
Don't do that.
And apparently it's a tradition over there. You can't even make a complaint about it. It's like, well, you should have found out before you come over
See,
here.
I can't believe this is
So
true.
I'm a little
I
bit
can't
lost.
believe this is
He was
true.
in a restaurant, in a hotel, and there were people having circumcisions in the kitchen.
Oh.
Is that right?
I'm even worried that we're bordering on the racist here, suggesting that is tradition, that Turkish people cut the end of their cocks off in the kitchen.
Yeah.
At meal times. I think you're wrong, Carl.
This just sounds ludicrous, Carl.
No, I don't think it happens everywhere.
Right.
I think this
Just in
Oh, this hotel.
certain places,
Certain hotels.
certain hotels.
What, is it like 2-star?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Why did he go to the Foreskin Inn? It was his own fault, wasn't it?
So that's
Sorry, that's it, is it?
Have they closed?
Sorry, no, wait. That's the story. You educated me, right? Once a fella saw some Turkish people cutting the tip of their knob off in the kitchen. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Carl. Got any more?
Well, there's things you can learn from it. Either don't go to Turkey.
No!
Don't have calamari when you're over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Now I'll never be able to eat calamari ever again.
Ever again.
Oh god.
You've done it again.
Well,
You too. I love that one. On XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl. Okay, Carl, one more.
Can't we just...
Don't get the ump, just because so far you've come up with nothing. What's the last one?
Give us the teaser clue again.
It was, I want to come here in hindsight.
I wouldn't have come here in hindsight.
Yeah.
Right, give me some education. This will be the thing that teaches me something. I can feel it in my bones. Come on.
There's a kid in Kenya. He was messing about with some beans.
Magic beans.
We guessed that as well. You did, yeah. He's fed up because we've guessed his puns, I think.
He put one of them in his ear.
Yeah.
The mum or the dad said, oh, what have you done that for, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll have to take you to the doctors now. So they took the kid to the doctors, and the doctor said, oh, he said, I can get that out, I can sort that out for you. So, he took it out, and the doctor said, right, that's £3.50. And the dad said, I've only got £2.70 on me. And the doctor said, right, well, and he put the bean back in his kid's ear.
I don't know what to say, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean...
A couple of questions from me, very quickly. Are you sure that those were definitely the sums involved, were they?
Well, the equivalent of whatever the deal with in Kenya.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent of, you know...
Oh, so what currency was it, Carl, that you translated into sterling?
I don't know. No, it was saying in the thing, it said the equivalent of...
£3.15, £2.70.
Did it say that?
Yeah. So
did it say that?
Yeah.
Carl, look at me. Look at me. Did it say that?
Yeah, it said that was the,
Did it say that?
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It definitely said that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, I suppose, I don't know, I mean, all these things, the idea is, it's not like a lesson, it's like, I'll tell you this, see what you can get from it.
Sure.
What?
So you look at what I've told you already, the knights who said shut your face, that's like...
that's amazing.
That explains itself.
Yeah.
Turkey with the circumcisions in a restaurant.
Yeah. That'll hold me in good stead, yeah, go on.
Don't go there, whatever. This one, if you're in Kenya, don't put beans in your ears or something. Doctors...
Or carry £3.50, or the equivalent of...
it's just the idea that the doctor put it back in his ear. He forced it back in his ear. So is it still there to this day? I mean, is there any update on that story?
Or did he go back with the £3.50?
I presume he either went and got like a second opinion, see if he could get it cheaper.
Right.
From another doctor.
Yeah.
Or he said, right, I'll come back next week.
Yeah.
After I've been paid. Or he saw how the doctor did it and thought, well, I'll have a go at that. Sure. I'll get home.
Yeah, for free.
But he never said how it ended.
No.
But... I mean, I apologise for this week, 'cause I mean, I haven't got that much out of it.
You've not been enriched.
Oh.
It was very, very light. Like I said, there was the tug-of-war, there was a fella in Scotland who had a load of tattoos.
Okay.
Is that it?
Is that the end of the story?
98% covered.
Right.
Just between his toes, he didn't have done.
Why not?
Because it looks stupid. I don't know. It just said 98% done. What else?
Are you gonna drop the feature? Are you worried?
I'm thinking about it.
Don't drop the feature.
To be honest with you.
Heat have probably written about this already. This has been a classic.
I'm concerned because it's my favourite part of the show. I'm wondering, is there something else we could... what could we do to help you out? Because I hate to see it go.
Well, we can't really, and he's moving this week with the old fella, so that'll take him about 4 days. I'm worried that you're not looking in the right... Why don't you go to a library?
Quick question for you, Carl. Who is a possible guest on next week's Pilkington?
What are you going to investigate?
I mean, what about your removals man?
Right, listen. If you've had a experience, it can be anything, right? It doesn't have to be you've seen a ghost. It can be that you think you're going to live forever, or you can, do any mentalist out there. If you're slightly, wrong. If there's something wrong with you, just, email Carl. Is it carl.pilkington@xfm.co.uk? Yeah. carl.pilkington@xfm.co.uk.
Would you like to be interviewed on next week's edition of Pilkington?
If you are a mental of any description, just lonely, bewildered, stupid, just something wrong with you, right, and you've seen something that's, interesting to you but absolute bollocks, then please call Carl.
Yeah. Carl.Pilkington.
Don't let that put you off, by the way. Don't think, oh, they're going to take the piss out of me. Just if, in any way, if it's, fodder for us, then call up, because Carl will like you. You'll be friends with Carl, won't you? Quick, the clues. What's the answers? We always do this. We're running out of time.
Don't worry, we've got a tune, and then we'll come back with the answers for Rockbusters. A lot of great prizes.
Alright, we'll have a bit of
Oh my god, dude.
Oh man, this is insane. We're at the halfway point here, so we'll end the first part here.
There you
And this is insane. This is I don't want to stop listening, but it'll become too long of a video if we go through the whole thing.
Yes. Man, I've missed them. I've missed them. I miss this feeling of being just drained. Just being carled. My mind just like stop functioning. Stop functioning. Stop trying to make it make sense.
Yeah, I gave up trying to make it make sense a long time ago. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Check out the second part of this on January 6th, or if you're just hearing it now, it's probably linked somewhere around our faces.
Yep.
And what should you do afterwards, Dan?
Unplug and do something epic, guys. And Happy New Year, guys.
And Happy New Year. We'll see y'all January 6th and in the next one.
Later.
Fellas, we could be that mistake. Let's do this.